Is it filming? Oh my god. Hello. Guess what, you guys? It's another break from usual format. I'm doing a tag video. There's a thing going around the internet where people are doing the DNF tag, and I have been tagged not once, but twice. By twice. It's Brand. I was tagged by both of my fellow members of the Buy Book Club, Kelsey from I Read Today and Emily from Emily Reads Books, because we all have varying opinions on DNFing. Kelsey stays committed till the end. Emily has a healthy balance of I will try as hard as I can, but I will give up eventually. I don't give a fuck. Let's talk about it. But first, I'm a narcissist. I was feeling very 70s today, guys. I love that Gen Z is bringing back the 70s and 80s and making it cool again, because this is the clothing I was meant to wear. Before we start, I'm gonna do another shout out. Huge thank you to the multiple subscribers that joined my account since Valentine's Day. Y'all have boosted my following almost by 100. So thank you. Welcome. I apologize in advance for anything that happens on this channel that you bought the horse now. Now let's get into it. Question 1. Do I DNF books? Oh yes. Who the fuck do you think I am? I'm a chaotic bisexual. I read books. Oh, by the way, if you're new to this channel, my name is Logan. I am the Buy Book Boy. I'm a chaotic bisexual and I read books. Sometimes horror books, usually buy rep books. Depends. Back to the tag video. Question 1. Do you DNF books? Yes. All the time. I have severe commitment issues, so if I feel like I don't like something, I'm gonna get the fuck out immediately. I have no problems dropping a book and going on to something else. I've never held myself personally responsible for anything, and I'm not gonna start now. Question number 2. Does your DNF count in your monthly wrap-up? Depends. Is this the first time I've DNF'd it? How long did I read before I dipped out? And also, is there like a specific deadline that I have to meet with how many books I'm reading? Because usually no. I mean, I don't really do monthly wrap-ups. I more do like a week by week, this is what I read this week. And that's usually just one book. And then if I DNF something, I do a tag video. Give you 2 guesses as to what happened this week. Question 3. Is there a difference between DNFing and putting the book down for a little bit? Oh yes. Listen, I'm currently in 3 book clubs, one of which is online, 2 of which are just like in-person ones with my friends. All of them are reading different books simultaneously, and I'm reading books for my own personal channel, at least 1 book a week for that, because I only count, for this channel, I really only count the books that I read on the Buy Book Club, because that gets broadcasted. All the others I really don't broadcast on here, because they're like different things, and they don't always count for like what I'm talking about. So it would be cheating to reading my 50 books for this channel this year. So that being said, long story too late, at any given moment I am reading 3 to 4 books, and if I get bored or realize that I have to read a certain chapter amount for like a book club meeting that I have tomorrow, I'm gonna put the other one down, and it might not get attention again till the end of the week. And that's not DNFing, that's just giving it its space. Question 4. What is a popular book that you recently DNF'd? Well, since you asked. This week I promptly DNF'd Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. The internet seemed to love this book back when it was popular last year. I stopped like 50 pages in because I was bored. I love the original Hunger Games books. I've read them all like at least twice. This one just wasn't it. I don't know. Maybe it was just... I'm sure, like, the premise sounds good and, like, it's interesting, but, like, I just didn't really need this. Like, I feel like the original trilogy stands on its own, and I don't I just didn't need it. I didn't need it. Will I try to pick this up like at the end of the year when I'm like rushing to get my book count? Probably. Will I DNF it then? We'll see. I mean, it might get interesting. I don't know. Some of you are going to say I didn't give it a chance. It's true, I didn't give it a chance, but I don't owe the book anything. Question 5. What was a book that you DNF'd that you wish you didn't DNF? Do I regret DNFing anything? No. Fuck no. As I've said many times before this, I regret nothing. I am a chaotic individual. If it's not good, I'm gonna stop. Which is why almost all of my reviews on my channel are positive reviews, is because if it's bad, I'm gonna stop reading it. And I personally don't feel comfortable giving a review online about a book that I have not fully read, because I don't feel like I'm fully informed on something if I haven't read about it first. And I'm not going to speak about something I'm ill-informed on. I don't have the time to have that kind of audacity. Question 6. I'm reading the questions off of my MacBook, by the way. Question 6. Has a reattempt of a DNF ever been successful? Yes, actually. In 2018, I downloaded the ebook of A Little Life on my phone, and which was a very tiny Samsung Galaxy S7 at the time, that was struggling to hold on. I read 50 pages of it and got bored and stopped, because honestly the first 100 pages of that are a little bit of a slow burn. Here comes 2020 and we're all in a global pandemic, and I'm like, you know what? I have seen A Little Life everywhere, and everyone seems to love this fucking book, so I'm gonna try it again. So I picked up the paperback version of it, because paperback, I know for myself, just works better. Physical copies just work so much better for me. And I read that book in a week. I read that bitch in a week. It is now moved up to being my favorite book that I have ever read, and I reread it again recently, just for my own health. I do give books second chances and reread them, but for 2018, that's a DNF. Luckily, I didn't have this channel in 2018, so I can't be held accountable for those actions. Question 7. What do you do with the books that you DNF? Depends. If I bought it, I'm gonna donate it. But usually books that I DNF tend to be like library books or ebooks, because I try not to spend too much money on books. BookTube has gotten in the way of that, but I try not to spend too much money on books, because listen, a bitch has to pay health insurance. So if a book doesn't entice me on the first page, then I'm not going to spend money on it. I'm just going to go pick it up at a library instead. But if I did buy it and I don't like it, I'll donate it. But usually they're just ebooks or library books. So if it's an ebook, I delete it and I read something else. And if it's a library book, I just set it down, and then when the deadline is almost up, I go put it in the bin and say, thank you so much. Have a good day. Question 8. Do you choose more risky books based on your DNF stance? I'm always risky. That was a lot. Oh my God. What does that mean? Risky? What is what is, I don't know. I mean, I guess, as I said before, I'm not really emotionally attached to whether or not I finish a book. I really don't. If I finish it, I finish it. If I don't, I don't, you know? So I don't think there's risk there. Financially risky, as I said before, I have a policy when buying books in paperback that I'm going to try, I read the first page in the bookstore, and then if that works, I buy it. If that doesn't work for me, I put it on the list of what I want from my library, or I get the ebook. More so, I'm usually going library right now, because I've just learned that I have such a hard time with ebooks. I fall asleep so easily, you guys. It's ridiculous. I can fall asleep like that reading an ebook. It's really bad. I mean, I have been known to occasionally see a cover of a book and say, you know what, that's pretty, and buy it specifically for that. If I like have excess money and I've paid all my bills and deposited into my savings account already, then I'm gonna do it, you know. I'll have fun, live dangerously. But I don't think any of the pretty cover books that I've read have burned me yet. I don't think I've DNF'd any of those. That's it for you guys. Next week, we will be back to the usual sit down, review the book of the week format, because I'm going to finish a book next week. As always, if you made it to the end of this video, thanks for sticking around and helping out. And if you want more chaotic bisexual content, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you can get my videos whenever I decide to post them. Also, please make sure to comment, like, share the video, interact so that ye old YouTube algorithm can keep pushing me out there, because as we said at the beginning of this video, commitment issues involve not being able to keep to a regular upload schedule. So while I do upload once to twice a week without fail, it's not always on the same day. Anyway, this has been the Bye Book Boy, and I'm saying bye.